In the new Discovery Plus original true crime series Relentless, follow filmmaker Christina Fontana as she helps a family searching for their missing daughter, going down a rabbit hole of drugs, corruption, organized crime, and possibly murder. Relentless, now streaming on Discovery Plus. Start your free trial.
Ever wanted to break out of your cubicle and into a business where you can call the shots? iFix is looking for passionate self-starters interested in a franchise opportunity in the booming electronics repair industry. At iFix, we help reconnect people to the devices that they rely on so that they can get back to what matters most. This is a big responsibility, and from the moment you join our family, our franchisees are provided with the resources and support to bring affordable and convenient electronics repair to your community. Did we mention that with amazing partners like Samsung and Google, iFix franchisees also have access to the highest quality parts and personalized training out there, as well as specialized tools? It's true. And it's also easy to visit ubreakifix.com/franchising and learn more about your big break at your very own iFix.
Virus is on the run, and America's coming back.
President Biden says we are closer than ever to beating COVID-19.
Dow down 210.
4 o'clock.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Credit Karma.
I'm Matt Piper in New York. Having missed his Independence Day goal by a few percentage points, President Biden just spoke from the White House and is still urging people to get vaccinated. Our Stephen Portnoy is there.
The White House says it will continue the push for Americans to get vaccinated.
Targeted community by community door-to-door outreach.
With the president falling a few points short of his 70% July 4th goal, Press Secretary Jen Psaki says there won't be a new numerical target.
We're going to continue to press forward on approaches that we have seen work in the past.
Still, with tens of millions of Americans remaining unvaccinated, Psaki allows
it is ultimately up to individuals.
Aides and experts intend to keep stressing the benefits and availability of the vaccines. Stephen Portnoy, CBS News, the White House.
Millions in Florida are bracing for impact from Tropical Storm Elsa. That's the Florida Keys. The National Hurricane Center says it is nearing hurricane strength as it heads north to make landfall in the morning north of Tampa. As for surfers in that area today...
What's the goal today?
Get some good surf.
So you're trying to enjoy it while you got a little something to enjoy.
Enjoy it while it lasts.
Elsa is not helping what officials in Surfside, Florida are still calling a search and rescue effort nearly 2 weeks after that condo collapse in the middle of the night. Mayor Charles Burkett.
The wind is hampering the large cranes moving very heavy debris. That's a challenge that they're attempting to work around right now.
The death toll there is now 32. Officials believe there are now 70 people unaccounted for after initial numbers were above 100. 4th of July weekend saw a rise of gun violence with more than 180 people killed, 516 injured in shootings across the country. And a governor has just made a big announcement when it comes to the violence.
New York has taken the first step.
First state in the nation is going to declare a disaster emergency on gun violence.
Governor Andrew Cuomo making the announcement. With this move, New York begins to treat gun violence as a public health crisis in addition to other traditional methods. The declaration also allows money to be targeted to local areas to deal with the violence. Some of that money will be used to help at-risk youth get jobs and take part in activity programs. Steve Futterman, CBS News.
The FBI says a Virginia man charged with storming the U.S. Capitol told an undercover agent that he belonged to a militia-style group and coordinated surveillance efforts on the same building more than a month after the riot. After big gains leading into the July 4th holiday, not a great day on Wall Street. The Dow lost 206 points. The Nasdaq, though, gaining 24 at the close right now. This is CBS News.
Credit Karma Money is a brand new checking account where you can win cash reimbursements for debit purchases. Go to creditkarma.com/winmoney. Exclusions and terms apply.
Good afternoon. It is 4:03. Thanks for joining us on this Tuesday, July the 6th. Right now it's 93 degrees. But it feels like 100. Hello, I'm Hillary Howard.
Yikes, and I'm Brendan Hazelton. Our top local story this hour. Business owners with job openings say they are still struggling to fill positions. Job seekers who were laid off during the pandemic say many openings, though, will not keep them afloat. At the same time, the fight over whether to end enhanced federal employment benefits, the additional $300 a week, continues in Maryland.
I literally have been holding on for dear life for a year with that federal assistance.
Brian Norwood used to work in the hotel industry and says the enhanced federal payment that adds $300 to his unemployment benefits is not keeping him from looking for work.
I'm searching day in, day out, week in and week out.
Mike O'Halloran with the National Federation of Independent Business says the enhanced benefits may not be keeping people from returning to work, but
our employers are telling us that those sorts of things are not helping solve the problem. What we need to do is figure out, how do we put these job seekers and these employers together?
Kate Ryan, WTOP News.
The testimony of Capital Gazette killer Jared Ramos in his own words. Ramos took the stand in his sanity trial today, just as his defense team promised. WTOP's Megan Cloherty reports from the courthouse in Annapolis.
In his defamation lawsuits against the Capital Gazette and its reporter that he took all the way to the Maryland Court of Appeals, Jared Ramos quotes Proverbs, Gazette articles, and uses flourish to illustrate his point. His defense team began the second week of trial by calling a private investigator who'd collected the years of filings to read them aloud to the jury. In the filing, Ramos said he took issue with one statement in Eric Hartley's column covering his 2011 harassment conviction. Ramos believes he was misquoted and it made him appear insane. He wrote, quote, "You've crippled my life for a year. Now I'll cripple your company forever." In Annapolis, Megan Cloherty, WTOP News.
A 14-year-old girl involved in the carjacking death of an Uber Eats driver near Nats Park has now been sentenced to juvenile detention until she turns 21. That girl, who was 13 at the time, along with another 15-year-old girl, used a stun gun to carjack 66-year-old Mohammed Anwar of Springfield back in March. The incident ended when Anwar's car flipped on its side, landing on top of him and killing him. Both girls pleaded guilty to second-degree murder, and last month the older was also sentenced to juvenile detention until she's 21.
If you are not vaccinated for COVID, mask up. That's the word from Anne Arundel County as workers return to their government jobs today. They're coming back just as the more contagious and serious Delta variant continues sweeping across the country. Here's WTOP's Christy King.
Saying it's important to keep wearing masks in public spaces if you're not vaccinated. Anne Arundel County's health officer adds,
that's particularly true for our younger folks in the county. We've seen that 53% of 12 to 17-year-olds got at least one shot.
Dr. Neelish Kalyanaraman says among 18 to 24-year-olds, only 51% have had at least one shot.
Nationally, almost every death from COVID in the past few months has been in people who are not fully vaccinated.
Christy King, WTOP News.
406, Maryland has a dubious distinction when it comes to education. It is among the states that offered the least access to full-time in-person classes for K through 12 students this school year. The CDC's Morbidity and Mortality Weekly Report found just 2.3% of Maryland students were given the opportunity to attend such classes between September of last year and April of this year. A study cited in the weekly report also finds nationwide non-Hispanic white students were more likely than students of other backgrounds to have the chance to return to classrooms.
After traffic and weather, an update on some of the people at Capitol Hill on January 6th. 407.
You're a procurement officer. You dot every I and cross every T because you work in the exactly right world of government contracting. Source America's more than 40 years of experience helps our customers get it exactly right with high-quality products and services through a motivated workforce and nationwide network. Source America, an Ability One authorized enterprise. Learn more at sourceamerica.org/exactly-right.
You know Closet America. They're a local company, not some impersonal chain that makes...
In the new Discovery Plus original true crime series Relentless, documentary filmmaker Christina Fontana tries to help a Missouri family desperately searching for their missing daughter. Christina quickly goes down a rabbit hole of drugs, corruption, organized crime, and possibly murder, realizing she can't trust anyone, including the missing girl's own family. Start your free trial to follow Christina as she spends over a decade of her life searching for the truth. Relentless, now streaming on Discovery Plus, the streaming home of true crime and so much more for just $4.99.
This is for Busch Gardens Williamsburg. Spot titled BGW/21/census/SN/July 4th/save up to 40/FC/tickets/radio. It's a 30-second spot, and the code is VBGW021039R.
Nothing ignites your senses like the European adventures and world-class thrills of Busch Gardens Williamsburg. Hear the gravity-defying drops and speed of our record-breaking coasters. See the world's most beautiful theme park as you stroll through our elegantly themed villages. And treat all your senses to the live concerts, nightly fireworks and coasters in the dark at Summer Nights, June 25th to July 29th. Save up to 40% on tickets and fun cards. Hurry, offer ends soon. Restrictions apply.